YouTube, my name is Mesa Sean, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 news video. Alright folks, you know the deal. It is Thursday. We're going to go over the This Week at Bungie and any pertinent Destiny 2 news. What did you think of the trailer we got yesterday regarding new exotics coming with Beyond Light? I did a full breakdown yesterday, and yeah, what do you think of the armor and also the different weapons they showed off? I think they were all pretty unique and in line with Season of the Arrivals and having a fun factor to them, and not just being straight up DPS or straight up OP weapons. I think they're going to be a lot of fun. But I always record my intros before the This Week at Bungie goes live, and Dylan tweeted out in response to a Twitter question where he says, in the TWAB today, we're going to be getting some new light improvements coming in November and how we're leveraging the Cosmodrome for new player experiences. Also, armor mod changes for Beyond Light with developer commentary. But then he also does address the raid. When is the raid coming out? And he actually quotes it, "When are you going to talk about the raid?" And he says, "We know you're eager to get the exact launch date so you can plan your time off / sick days. We'll get you that information very, very soon." And then also the question of what about other sandbox changes like weapon balancing? He says, planned for a future week, so stay tuned, he says. All right, guys, let's get into the news. If you enjoy this video, a like rating is very much appreciated. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and if you really want to help the channel out, join the Destiny 2 Mesa Army community over on Discord, and also the Mesa Army clan that the channel members set up and run on PC, Xbox, and PS4. All right, let's get into the news, folks. Before we get into the This Week at Bungie, Edge Magazine is doing a full cover story on Beyond Light. I believe it's out now. I don't have access to it, but Game Rant did a little brief summary on some of the more important things in it, which I'm going to link in the description. But the key factor that Mark Noseworthy and Luke Smith are trying to get across here is that the game is going to feel drastically different. They say what matters is how the game feels in November, because they were fielding a lot of questions regarding the Destiny content vault and things going away. Now, most of us out there, and I've been saying this for a long time, is we feel like, well, Destiny 3 was more than likely supposed to come out in, well, right now of 2020, and they're porting it all into Destiny 2, so this kind of is in line with all of our theories that, well, yeah, the game, of course, is going to feel totally different, because remember, Destiny 2 felt and looked totally different when it came out, so I get a feeling Beyond Light is going to feel like almost a different game when it actually comes out. But let me read you some quotes from Mark Noseworthy and Luke Smith. So, Noseworthy says to Edge Magazine, well, the announcement, pretty much, meaning the announcement of the Destiny content vault, went about, well, how we expected it to. I think the reason was that we spoke to a lot of players. The message resonated with them, they understood, and many of them said to us, hey, if you just come out and tell the community, everyone's gonna understand. Some folks might not be happy, like they want to hold on to the Red War campaign forever, but they'll understand. He continues with, it kind of doesn't matter how people feel about it right now, he adds. What matters is how the game feels in November. You know, the ecosystem of content and the experience. Is there enough for people to do? Do they feel engaged and want to play Destiny with their friends? Because, let's be frank, guys, this past year has been ups and downs with regards to seasons. I think Season of Arrivals has pretty much been the best season we've had this year in Year 3. So in a nutshell, I'm thinking Year 4 equals the beginning of Destiny 3. But who knows what's going to happen when we have Lightfall, if they really will make a Destiny 3. I know Luke Smith supposedly said somewhere, no Destiny 3, but who knows if they get another investor or other companies buy into Bungie and they're able to create a Destiny 3. I hope they don't nuke the series after Lightfall in 2022, but we'll have to see. But I'm thinking Year 4 is going to equal Destiny 3 in terms of how the game feels and plays. They also mentioned in the Edge magazine that the Vault of Glass, when it comes back, the raid from Destiny 1, it's not going to be like, hey, boom, Vault of Glass is back. No, there's going to be some sort of plot line or story that's going to lead into it. But continuing on with the Game Rant summary of the Edge article, the first wave of Vault of Destiny 2 content will also be the biggest, and Bungie says future updates won't make such drastic cuts. We'll also see old content from Destiny 1 return, starting with the Cosmodrome destination and leading to the Vault of Glass raid coming to Destiny 2. Additionally, content which is put into the vault will eventually return, but Bungie never gives a clear timeline, and it could be a year or more before we see it again. But finishing up these quick points here, Noseworthy does say it's on Bungie to ensure that the new content does make up for removed content, that Destiny 2 lives on its most recent expansion, so that better beyond light is, the smoother the vaulting process will be. Okay, let's dive into the This Week at Bungie, and yes, we do indeed get some information regarding the Cosmodrome and some beautiful new screenshots and a whole big bunch of changes to mods. Big changes to mods. So, let's dive into the Cosmodrome and see what they have to say. So, let me just read this verbatim. Over the last year, there's been a lot of great feedback about the new player experience in Destiny 2. Currently, players are given a single mission to become acquainted with some basic gameplay and then let loose in the tower without much direction on where to go or what to do next. This led to some confusion as many players didn't exactly know where to start. Who is that robot meticulously cleaning an auto rifle? What do I do with these engrams? And what's a Zavala? The team has been working to restructure the on-ramp for Destiny 2, and today we'll be giving you a small glimpse into the new light experience. And it's going to get real interesting now when I read this to you guys. So starting on November 10th. Players will start the same way that most of us have. A ghost will be on the hunt for their guardian. They stumble upon you, and they'll revive you for the first time. What's different now is that you won't immediately find a ship. Rather, you will stumble into another guardian in the wild. Well, what is that guardian's name? Is it Aldrin? No. It says Shaw Han is his name. And he's on a mission with his fire team to investigate what the Hive are up to in the Cosmodrome. He'll show you the ropes, and he'll help you find your way among the gameplay and systems in Destiny 2. As the new player, you'll spend your first few missions getting acquainted with the state of the world in Destiny 2. You'll have the opportunity to take a few weapons out for a spin, find engrams, to try different armor, and to see our progression systems, and have some time to learn how to navigate the user interface, to understand quests, bounties, collections, and more. All of this will happen before you even set foot in the tower, and our hope is that this refreshed new light experience will give a much warmer welcome to Guardians as they play Destiny 2 for the first time. And they haven't said a word about Hawkmoon since they revealed it on the GCX stream this summer, or spring actually, spring-summer, that Hawkmoon's coming back, and you know what, I have a feeling it's going to be related to the Cosmodrome. It wouldn't surprise me if they dropped the Cosmodrome quest to get Hawkmoon back. Anyway, let me continue here. With the Cosmodrome coming out of the Destiny content vault, this gave us the perfect opportunity to overhaul our new player experience. For veteran players out there, this will be a stroll through memory lane. While the plague lands are strictly quarantined per Vanguard orders, you'll still be able to explore much of what you remember from your first days as a Guardian. Running through the moth yards to collect spin metal, heading down the stairs into the steeps to face off against powerful Hive Knights, and more. Man, I cannot wait to go back to the Cosmodrome. There will be occasional moments of discovery, like stumbling upon a lost sector that you haven't seen before. Yeah, so it's going to be kind of like the moon, where the moon came back, but now we have lost sectors and other new activities to do, even though the moon is the same, but it's also different at the same time. If you're an existing player and would like to go through the new light quest, it will also be available for you on November 10th. We're excited to see how new players react to the revamped new light experience. Alright guys, let's get into modifications, and we're going to try to laundry list this because there's a lot of stuff to go through. We have energy type requirements, we have enhanced mod rebalancing, we've got raid mods, we have combat mods, and more. So you know what guys, let's just burn through this. So they say armor mods have been used to elevate your reload speeds, ability regen, and more to higher levels. In November, some of those mods you commonly use are being tuned. Some mods will be buffed and others will be removed altogether. Here's what we're going to dive into in terms of our patch and preview of sorts, with snippets of developer commentary from the development team throughout. So first thing, let's talk about energy type requirements. First off, all of the weapon-oriented armor mods, meaning hand cannon loader, fusion rifle, ammo finder, etc., have been changed to any energy type. Now, a footnote on that, as a result of the above change, let's say all arc charged with light mods now activate their second perk if you have any other arc mod equipped on the same armor piece, or if you have any other arc charged with light socketed in any other armor piece that you are wearing. The developer commentary says, removing the energy type requirements from weapon-focused mods have been a consistent piece of community feedback since Armor 2.0 launched. However, doing so meant that every mod socket would be displaying 3 times as many mods at a time, which would be cumbersome. Now let's talk about some enhanced mod rebalancing. So all mods that have an enhanced version of that mod, for example, enhanced hand cannon reloader, have had the base mod's efficacy increased to match that of the enhanced version of the mod. And as a result, those enhanced mods have been depreciated, and the base mod's energy costs have been adjusted upwardly slightly, but are still lower than the equivalent energy mods. Some mods have been moved to different slots to create more competition for mod sockets across armor pieces. For example, the fast ready mods have been moved to the arm socket. Now, the commentary is we consistently see feedback from players that don't often start feeling the impact of the mods until they have the enhanced version of it. Yeah, that's true. Or 2 non-enhanced mods socketed. So to resolve both issues, we decided to raise the floor on the effectiveness of all mods to the point where players were more likely to feel the impact and to depreciate their 2 tiers of mods. This also will make having 2 different mods in the same category, say hand cannon loader and shotgun loader, socketed at the same time, more appealing than it was previously, where players often needed to double stack the same mod to feel like they were getting any benefit at all. In essence, we're making enhanced mods cheaper and more accessible and depreciating the lesser mods. Let's talk about raid mods. So starting in Season 12, The Last Wish, A Garden of Salvation, and the upcoming Beyond Light raid armors will now drop with a 5th dedicated armor mod socket that is exclusively for the mods related to that raid. For example, Last Wish and Garden of Salvation armor acquired prior to Season 12 will not have this dedicated armor socket, but will still be able to use the mods related to that raid in the new Legacy armor mod socket. Also, anti-Taken mods from The Last Wish will only function in the Last Wish raid. Anti-Hive mods from the Leviathan raid will be depreciated. Anti-Fallen raid mods from Scourge of the Past will also be depreciated. Now, there's a pretty lengthy developer commentary, but I'll leave that for you to read in the description. Otherwise, we'll be here for another 20 minutes, and you won't like that, and I won't like that either. Let's move on to combat mods. So, all armor released in Beyond Light in Season 12, all Last Wish and Garden of Salvation armor acquired starting in Season 12, and all Armor 2.0 exotic armor pieces, including those already possessed by players, will have a combat-style mod socket. In Season 12, this socket will accept all Charged with Light and Warmind cell mods. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then also, all Armor 2.0 armor acquired during Season 8 to 11 have had their seasonal mod sockets replaced with a single unified Legacy mod socket that could socket all Charged with Light mods, all Warmind cell mods, all Nightmare Hunt mods, all Garden of Salvation mods, and all Last Wish mods. So that's all they have for mods for now, and they say in the coming weeks we will shift focus to your arsenal. We will have a handful of weapon archetypes that are being tuned with some hefty changes that may surprise you. Stay tuned. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Leave me a hashtag made it to the end if you did make it to the end, and do me a favor, drop a like in this video only if you see fit. Follow me on Twitter at Mesa Sean. Check out my stream, usually always on YouTube, and that's it. I am out of here like Vladimir.